friends, Karen Hanslick here with Royal Treatment Travel. A big topic of conversation these days with me and my clients and friends and family seems to be taking over everything. It's in the news is colds and flu, especially the flu. This year has been really bad with the flu, and unfortunately my family has even encountered it already this flu season. So going along those lines, since I'm a travel planner and I have 3 kids who are always coming home with lots of germs, and also another hat that I wear that some of you may not know, as I'm also a registered nurse. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to share with you, first of all, some ways to prevent colds and flu ahead of a Disney World trip, and second of all, what to do if you are at Disney World or on the way and experience cold and flu symptoms. Some things you can do when you're there. So first of all, obviously, prevention is key. Just smart, healthy choices before you go on your trip. Hand washing, avoiding large crowds if possible, getting lots of rest, eating healthy, all those normal things that you do as part of your daily routine to stay healthy. Keep those up before your trip. And then once you're on your trip, you can follow those same strategies. Try and get as much rest as possible, eat as healthy as possible, and obviously you can't really avoid the large crowds at Disney. It just kind of comes with the territory. But as much as possible when you're there, try and avoid touching more germy surfaces. So no touching trash cans with your bare hands, handrails, any kind of surface, the ground, anything like that that you think might just be harboring lots of germs. It's a good idea to avoid those as much as possible. If you have to touch them, obviously wash your hands as soon as possible. Another thing that I like to do in the parks, I may have been known to pack these little things. You can pick these up at any store that has a nice travel size section. Any brand I'm sure would work, but I may or may not have been known to wipe down a lap bar for a toddler getting on some of those rides with the lap bars. Crazy mom over here. But anyway, prevention can go a long way. But if the unfortunate event happens that you do get sick when you're at Disney World, it's Disney, so they have a lot of this already figured out for you, and you may not even realize it. If you're in the parks, you want to, first of all, if it's an emergency, seek emergency care. So call 911 if possible, alert a cast member. They're going to help you get the emergency care you need, whether you're in the parks or at your resort or at a hotel offsite. You need to let somebody know. And if it's not an emergency, you can seek first aid care in each of the 4 Disney parks, as well as Disney Springs and the 2 water parks. You're going to find a first aid station that has a licensed nurse, and they're there for advice, for medicine, any kind of over-the-counter treatments you could think of. They're going to have samples there for you to try, and they can at least kind of look at yourself, your family member, and kind of figure out what you need to do next. Obviously, if you're in the parks, as much as it pains anyone to think about their vacation being interrupted, it's a good idea to go ahead and get back to your hotel or your resort. I don't think any of us appreciate being exposed to germs, especially not when we're on vacation. So do yourself, your family, and all the other guests at Disney a favor, going back to your resort. If you're really sick, throwing up, fever, those are things that you need to get back to your resort and rest for. And lastly, of course, if anything like that happens while you're on your trip, please contact us, your Royal Treatment Travel Planners, and we are here to help as much as we can. We can help you with canceling dining reservations, rearranging fast passes, getting on the phone and making those changes, or on the computer and making those changes while you worry about yourself or your loved ones who are not feeling so well. So those are my tips. I hope that you don't need those tips for being sick in Disney World, but in case you do, now you know, and I hope you all stay well.